Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Railgan and GreatTeacher on Ruins of Seras. In the top left of Ruins of Seras, we have the red Terran player representing MZP. It is GreatTeacher. And in the bottom right of Ruins of Seras, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Railgan. Having recently won a tournament online in Legacy of the Void, you too can get a trophy like this by playing in an online tournament. Just go ahead and open up your LOTV client and see when the next tournament is. You'll be matched up against players of your own level, and one game series, which means you win and you're on to the next level, and you lose and you're out. So it's not very big time commitment, and it's pretty fun. Alright, so this was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. You too can also send replays to that address. This is a GM level replay, so it was labeled as such. If you have a master level replay, do the same thing. If it is a silver or bronze replay, go ahead and label it Into the Void for my weekly cast for those lobby silver and bronze level players. If you are gold through diamond, go ahead and send it to me. Label it Mid-Rank Madness so I know what it is. I'll get it to my screeners and we'll find the best ones to cast on the channel once a week on Tuesdays. Okay, so back into the game here of StarCraft 2 that is going on right now. It's a very standard safe build coming out here from Railgun. Went to hatch first, into an extractor, into a spawning pool. This lets him get his speed up as soon as that spawning pool is ready to go. Gets queens out, get lings out. Very handy for dealing with early reapers, which is exactly what is coming out here from GreatTeacher. So it's a 1 racks expand, getting that refinery first. You get that gas coming out very early indeed. And then you have enough for the barracks when the time comes. Then you expand behind this. The Reaper basically puts pressure on the Zerg player, forces Lings to stay at home, because if he doesn't stay at home with his Lings, then he loses a lot of drones. And so the Lings can't really get out here and pressure this too much, despite the fact this ramp is wide open. Terran can feel very safe indeed with his command center, as long as Mr. Reaper does his job. So we'll see if GreatTeacher is up to it here. We've seen some pretty amazing Reaper play from pros lately on my channel, but I figured we'd take a look at this GM level ZVT and see how they do it. So here comes the Reaper. His name is Reaper Bill. Going to head out across this wonderful, wonderful map. Ruins of Seras is nice. It has all these ruins everywhere, and there's grass on the ground and Vespene geysers everywhere, sending up beautiful green smoke into the sky. There's awesome pillars and stuff, and it looks like some kind of Protoss logo in the middle there. I imagine people bring their kids here for field trips, or students here for field trips, to see exactly what is going on this planet and see historical Protoss stuff. So there are quite a few Lings on out. There's a Kitty 8 charge knocking all those Lings back, doing 10 damage to all of them, and he's able to pick one off there. Is our Reaper Bill. The Lings do have speed, or speed advantage rather, over the Reaper as long as they stay on that creep. So that's exactly what Railgun is trying to do. Trying to bait GreatTeacher onto the creep. Now the Queen is out here at the natural, stabbing away at the Reaper, interrupting that combat drug sequence. Did you see that? Combat drugs had kicked in, it was healing him, but he took a shot from the Queen and put him back into combat, and he wasn't healing anymore, but now he is. Enough time has passed, the Lings are here, speed's just about to finish, and the Reaper ends up falling. Oh no, not the best Reaper control I've ever seen in my entire life, but GreatTeacher did indeed force out Lings. 4 Lings right now, 2 Lings lost, so its total number of 6 Lings did come out. Again, it did allow him to get his orbital command up, which is what he was going for. It is 25 to 27 total harvesters, trying to keep up here, using the orbital command and pumping out SCVs from both bases at the same time. GreatTeacher doing a great job of that. And look at this early lair from Railgun, going for the early lair at the 3-minute mark, getting another extractor here, immediately putting workers onto that extractor, ready, set, go. Oh, Railgun, don't make it look bad. There they are. The workers going onto that extractor. And here comes the lair, and the question is, what is Railgun going to do with this? Is he going Hydras? Maybe a Hydra Lurker push? Is he maybe just going to go for a Roach Ravager push? No, quick Spire. 2 base Spire coming up from Railgun, and there go the 2 other extractors. He is definitely going to need the gas from these to fund his mutas. Each one of them is 100 gas, and you need at least 5 to be any level of effect. No reason there. That was really, really weird. Anyway, the bunker's up. Supply depots creating the great wall of supply depots and bunkers. No Ling run-bys will be possible as soon as this comes up here. And it's a 2 base right now to a 2 base. Now the question is GreatTeacher going to recognize this is a 2 base muta coming out here from Railgun? And the answer is he will soon. I saw him, what was he doing there? He has a Liberator in production. He has an SCV holding this Zelnaga watchtower. The Lings run right by him, and he is sweating, man. Oh, but he gets spared. The Lings do not see him at all. And I heard something get lifted up. Is there a medevac on the field? There is. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so the medevac is coming across here with 6 Marines and a Widowmine. Always funny that Widowmine takes up 2 spots. and a Marine only takes up 1. Like, they're not that much different in size, I don't think. But here comes the medevac. Going to go ahead and land right here in the main. Is there anything here for Railgun? He has a small group of Lings, but again, this is a lot of Marines. And the Lings get right under there. Nicely done. Before GreatTeacher can unload, it gets the Lings in. And since units unload one at a time from these medevacs, that actually means that they can't get out there before the Lings will kill them and pick them off one at a time. A Queen there poking away at this medevac. And here comes a Liberator, here for some more harassment. Again, this is what Terran needs to do. You got to harass the Zerg player to win these games, or else they'll just sit back and drone up on you like crazy. A third base is being taken here. Liberator scouts that one out. A whole bunch of Lings on the ground. 5 mutas now on the way for Railgun. He has enough for about 3 more should he choose to make them, although he is supply blocked, so he's getting some Overlords to remedy that situation. The medevac finally drops here outside of the creep. Liberator throws up defender mode, and Railgun going to start losing workers here. He needs a Spore Crawler or a Queen or something to deal with. He's a little distracted by this drop. Is he going to respond at all? Yes, the Queen does manage to come in, but 1, 2, and 3 shots does kill the Queen. The mutas come flying on in and take out that Liberator. It cannot shoot air units while it's in defender mode. Hellions come rolling on in. They recognize there are mutas on the field. They have to kill as many workers as they can before they get destroyed, because that's definitely going to happen. The Lings helping out there as well, and all the Hellions end up dead. So 42 to 48 total Harvesters. The Terran player is actually ahead right now compared to our Zergy friend. And any missile turrets? There they are. Missile turret coming up in the mineral line of each of these bases, recognizing, okay, I need something to deal with mutas. There are at least 5 on the field, which means that I do need those missile turrets. Marines, small groups of Marines can't really handle it on their own. They're not fast enough to chase these mutas around all day long. Marine holding Zalnaga Watchtower does end up getting massacred by those Lings. +1 flyer attack and centrifugal hooks going on the way. Is Railgun going for a Baneling Muta play? Haven't seen one of these forever. Alright, just kind of running around again. The mutas flying back on down. And again, this wall is going to hold. There are 4 Marines inside there. These Marines do not have any upgrades yet. They're getting +1 attack and +1 armor, as well as combat shield, but those things are just a little ways off. I'm sure that GreatTeacher would feel better about it if he had those upgrades. The mutas are going to try to fly in here, pick off some workers, taking a shot from a missile turret, and another missile turret there as well, going to discourage Railgun from going in there without being careful. He might be able to find a sweet spot right about here to attack, but he decides instead to head on back home, play some defense with these mutas. Maybe, oh, he's going to be making 5 more. Okay, so he is definitely going Baneling Muta here, which I don't think I've seen on my channel, Legacy of the Void, since the beta ended. So we'll see if it works for Railgun. There are a lot of Marines on the field, which are great against mutas. However, Banelings are very good against Marines as well. So kind of a trade-off from both of these players. The mutas just trying to fly around and be annoying. Could maybe try to pick off that reactor. But really, I just think he's trying to keep GreatTeacher inside his base. Meanwhile, Railgun is getting a Roach Warren back home. I just selected a Creep Tumor because it moved on me there. There's that Roach Warren. And Combat Shield about to finish for GreatTeacher. And actually, Railgun getting a Hive as well. A sub-8-minute Hive on the way. I just love how fast you can tech in Legacy of the Void. It is really fun indeed. Creep spread looking alright for Railgun. Looks like he could afford to send out a couple more pushes with those Creep Tumors, and indeed he is. And here comes a big group of Marines and Widow Mines. Or Widow Mine? Yeah, one Widow Mine here does burrow. But again, it forces the Terran player not to push onto the creep just yet. Getting a Queen, getting a Creep Tumor. Here come the Lings and the Banelings rolling on in. The Lings are trying to surround, but no, it does not happen. Widow Mine does not get a shot off there. A lot of Banelings die, though, dropping individual Marines in different spots here, killing Banelings. Banelings wasting themselves on 1 or 2 Marines. Excellent micro on display here from GreatTeacher, actually. A lot of Banelings are being lost for nothing, really. I mean, it doesn't show any Banelings lost because they did explode on enemy units. But look, at this point, Resources Lost tab, we take a look at that. 400 gas loss compared to 550. Is that, it's got to be, what, Widow Mines and Liberators that have died thus far for GreatTeacher? Either way, Zerg player not as far behind as I thought he would be. +1 ground carapace and +1 flyer carapace now on the way for Railgun. He wants to make his mutas a little bit more tanky. Maybe corruptors as well. Big old group of Marines and Widow Mines here, though. These Lings and mutas are no match against those particular units. Trying to morph in some Banelings just outside that scan range, and the Banelings, are they going to roll on in? They're going to try. No, getting focused down by the Marines instead. Oh no, the mutas, can they take on these Liberators? Banelings crashing on in and killing a couple Widow Mines, but not many. Again, Lings baiting into these Widow Mine shots. Banelings crashing onto the Widow Mines. Liberators doing a good job with Micro, doing splash damage to all of those mutas right here. Lexington Rocket, 7 damage times 2, range of 5, weapon speed of 1.29, and it does splash damage to these mutas. You'll notice a lot of these guys around down yellow health They are out of combat, so they're going to regenerate health fairly quickly using this tissue regeneration ability that is fairly new in StarCraft 2. Hey, and that rhymes. Fairly new in StarCraft 2. The Mutas trying to catch a mule there. They should be able to burn down this refinery very quickly. The glaive worm is bouncing off of the refinery onto some workers here. They do pick up the mule. Nicely done. And it looks like the response from GreatTeacher is going to be to move out. The Mutas, can they take down the missile turret with all the SCVs repairing? The answer is going to be no. It's going to be very close. Can he get it? He's losing Mutas here. He does get the missile turret, though, but a lot of SCVs are falling. Small group of Marines left at home here with +1/+1 and Stim are trying to chase these Mutas away. I'm not sure if it's enough, though. The Mutas are trying to focus down these Marines. They're going for it right in the face of danger, and they do kill every single Marine there. I don't think they lost a single Muta in the process, getting a free Widowmine that's not quite burrowed yet, getting another mule and an SCV. It's 43 to 67 total Harvesters trying to catch these Liberators. Yes, 1 and 2 Liberators are going down, and the third one, maybe no Marines on the ground, enough to make Railgun a little bit sketchy about doing that. But if he sees these out of the corner of his eye, free Marine, a little bit too overeager and overextended. This Liberator is heading on out with 33 hit points to her name. Can the Mutas deal with this? I do not know. 4th base just about to finish here for Railgun. GreatTeacher still sticking on 3 for the time being. Ultra's on the way, though, for Railgun. Getting Ultras, getting +1 melee attack, and chitinous plating. The Lings and Banelings, I think, are just here to delay. They don't necessarily are not trying to kill the entire army, but whittling it down. Maybe making GreatTeacher wait for reinforcements while these Ultras pop. It's going to be very close indeed. These Marines are pretty scary. +2/+2 with the Medivacs healing overhead. And here come the Ultras popping right on out. These Collector's Edition Ultralisks and can absolutely tear through Marines, especially if the Marines don't have +3/+3 quite yet. And forcing a full liftoff here, recognizing how futile it is to attack against these Ultras with only Marines, especially with +2 attack on these guys. Kaiser Blades, 41 damage, and it is splash damage, so they'll hit a lot of Marines at a time here. Lings running on up to try to see what they're dealing with. Overseer helps with that as well. Almost gets taken down. GreatTeacher continuing with Liberator, Marauder, Marine, +3/+3 now on the way for our Terran player. And Railgun is continuing to make Ultras, getting +2 Carapace. Chitinous plating just about to finish, giving the Ultras a total, I think it's going to be of 7 armor here when that finishes. Maybe just 5. I do not know. Marine's going to try to take down this 4th. Railgun responding with Lings and Mutas and Ultras, but they're a little bit too slow. And no, the 4th does end up falling. GreatTeacher doesn't stick around to see what's going to happen next. Picks up and lifts off, now making it a 4-base to 3-base play. Railgun does not have much of an economic advantage against this particular situation. GreatTeacher again has mules, so the 64 to 50 Harvester discrepancy is not really going to cripple GreatTeacher all that much. Marines dropping in once again. The Mutas trying to fly around. Couple swaps. Baneling hit. Whoa, nice Baneling hit. All those Marines die. GreatTeacher's medevac is forced to return home empty-handed. Another drop here in the main base. And the Lings trying to get a full surround. They do kill everybody. The Corruptor is taking out a medevac. I like to see this from Railgun. I like the Corruptor play against medevacs. Killing medevacs can really help you as a Zerg player. Has killed 5 already, which is a nice big number, because if that medevac group gets too big, the healing they can make and the way they can extend the lives of Marines and Marauders is insane. Both players just kind of dancing. Another big attack over here. Takes out another base. Oh no, Railgun 3-base to 3-base now. This Overlord's pooping creep, it will recede fairly quickly here in Legacy of the Void. Pushing on in, I think Railgun needs to break this location. Needs to get in here with the Corruptors, take these guys down, bring in the Ultras in front to soak up a bunch of damage, and the Banelings to clean up what is left. I believe would be a good order of operations to do this. Railgun is just waiting, I think maybe on ground carapace level 2, +3 melee is a ways off. I don't know if he can afford to wait that long. He is replanting his 4th, which is good, and this orbital command is going to land over here for GreatTeacher, bringing him up 4 bases as well. So Railgun again does have a 20 worker advantage over GreatTeacher. However, mules, take a look at the income tab here, and it's about 1,000 to 1,000. So again, as a Zerg player, do not think because you've killed a lot of workers for Terran that you're in a good spot economically. You need to really be ahead there. Here come the Corruptors, and they're going to try to fly on in. A lot of Widowmine shots, though, killing a bunch. Liberators do end up falling. Ultras crushing on in through the front here. A lot of Ultras here. They do have +7 armor. These Marines cannot touch them. They can kite all day. They might take down 1 or 2 Ultras, but they're forced to retreat. They cannot stand and fight against those particular units. 5th base on the way for Railgun. More Lings, +2 flyer attack coming up for our Zerg player, and more medevacs, more Marines from GreatTeacher. APM thus far about 220 to 30 for both these guys throughout the game, playing pretty darn quickly here, again at the GM level. And Poop and Creep over here is Railgun. I guess he thinks this is where GreatTeacher might want to take his another base. Entirely possible, if you ask me. Looks like this base will finish in peace. Railgun should be able to get up to 5 bases. It does have 70 drones, which is a good number for Zerg. Anything more than that, it starts getting a little bit iffy. You're cutting into your available supply for your army units. 70 is good. I guess 75 is also good. I wouldn't go to 80, though. 80 seems like a little bit too much. I don't know. We'll see what Railgun does here. Concussive shells on the way for GreatTeacher. The Marauder count getting fairly well here as well. I'm not to the GreatTeacher to know that ghosts are the answer to ultras. Because they are. Ghosts with their steady targeting ability doing 150 damage to everything, ignoring armor, can really snipe down ultras if you have a large group of them. It does require the ghost to not take damage while they're doing that steady targeting ability for about 1.6 seconds. So, as a Zerg player, if you bring some infestors and throw down some fungal growth on those ghosts, it does periodic damage, not allowing them to use that steady targeting ability, and meanwhile, your ultras are just crushing through the front ranks of the Terran army. So a little pro tip for you. We kind of discussed that in the comments of a video last week. I just wanted to go ahead and share that information with my subscribers as a thank you for watching. And if you're not a Zerg player, then I have other tips for you too, like using ghosts in general against ultras. Again, I'm not sure that GreatTeacher is aware of that, what he needs to do. He's continuing to pump Marines 9 at a time here. Here comes another attack into this base. There's a single ultra trying to hold the line, and it does actually force a liftoff. Whoa, one ultra that's chasing away 2 full groups of medevacs. Another drop over here in the main. The Banelings rolling on in and getting a big hit there. Everybody on the ground ends up dying. The medevacs do manage to save 3 units before she retreats. Corruptor chasing it a little bit, but not that far. How many Corruptors are on the field? A total number of 6. And they do have that armor upgrade. I love to see that. Haven't seen it very much, though, on the channel. I think Railgun's the one who showed us previously that getting Flyer Carapace for Corruptors is really good against Liberators. We'll have to see if he continues to make use of it here, as Liberators are in production for GreatTeacher. Was Pooping Creep here, but a little bit too late. There's already a command center. It's being upgraded to a planetary fortress. And big ultra fungal attack here. Medevacs do manage to escape, but everybody on the ground got entirely cleaned up. Not a good feeling for GreatTeacher. It's 191 to 186 total supply. Railgun is in the lead. Does have some pretty darn good mining bases here with 73 total workers, giving up a pretty big bank of minerals and gas. I think what he should do is attack here, try to crush this army with what he has, do a quick remax on Lings and Ultras. He should be able to do that. I guess the gas might be a little bit low for a remax on Ultras, but try something like that. Go to try snipe down a base. Go ahead and replace your losses with this money, because holding up this bank in the long run is not necessarily a good thing. +2 Flyer Carapace just about to finish for Railgun. GreatTeacher, again, more Liberators and Factory on the way, perhaps for tanks. And this is a planetary. These Lings are fairly upgraded. +3/+3. Can they get the planetary fortress? They try to get a full surround here. Are the SCVs going to repair? Oh, they managed to repair just in time, but is it enough? The Lings, bam, they do manage to get that planetary. And all the SCVs are forced to retreat. Reaction time for GreatTeacher, not the greatest, unfortunately, and losing that planetary fortress. A single Marine trying to deny this, like, 6th base? Yeah, 6th base from Railgun. Lings in this base too. This one's not a planetary fortress. This is just an orbital command. They need army units to deal with, as a lot of SCVs are dying. Down to 32 total SCVs. The Zerglings finally do get cleaned up, but not before, again, losing so many workers. And here comes another drop into this base. 3 full medevacs, but again, the Ultras are here. They have 8 total armor. The Lings crushing on at the same time, and the Ultras just are refusing to die. They're not even taking that much damage. Forced to run up again is GreatTeacher and just escape into the forest. No! Tries to land out here for reasons unknown. The Mutas are chasing down these medevacs. Do they have boost available? Not quite yet. Taking another base is Railgun. Again, if you're killing drops like this, you can afford to take bases, man, because you're going to lose a couple. It's hard to cover this much of the map. Like, his army, his map presence is everywhere right now. This is a big map, as another planetary fortress is going to fall to Ultras and Lings. Not a huge surprise there, but again, you're going to get dropped here, 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 and, you know, probably if you expand here, here as well. So you might as well take as many bases as you can. A Widow Mine does get a shot off. 9 total kills on that Widow Mine before it dies. This guy has 5 kills. He was a corporal before the end of his life. See, like I said, a drop here. You're going to lose this hatchery and gone. And a liftoff and a run from GreatTeacher. Yep, did lose a single Marine, but that's okay. Pretty big army here of a lot of Marines. Again, this many Marines against this many Ultras is just not a winning combination. There are 10 Ultras on the field. There are Infestors on the field, plus 3 flyer attack on the way for Railgun. Railgun also is dealing with the drop over here. Corruptors take down that medevac. I love to see that Corruptor play. Corruptors are good in ZVT. Need to see more of that. Infestors, Vipers here on the field, 194 to 69 total supply. And here comes Railgun, here comes GreatTeacher. The Marines and the Widowmines trying to run on up. I guess Lings from the right side. And Ultras killing from the left side here. Fungals on everything. Nobody can retreat. And the Ultras are just, oh my gosh, they're murdering all of those Marines. Corruptors come flying on in. The Liberators are trying to use Defender mode and Anti-Air mode to deal with these army units. But again, the Corruptors are just so hard to kill. Everything on the ground is gone. GreatTeacher with the Rage Quit. Railgun's victorious, and GreatTeacher has left the game. Well, there you have it. Again, I love to see the use of Corruptors in ZVT. They just do so well. Look at the number of medevacs killed here. 11 total medevacs were killed. GreatTeacher ended the game with a single medevac. That is something no Terran wants to do. Wants to end a game with a single medevac. Only had maybe 3 or 4 for that final push. Just not enough. A group of 10, again, it probably wouldn't have helped in this particular situation because the Ultras were fully upgraded with 3 attack and 8 armor. But if you had Ghosts, and they could have killed these, and then the Marines would have done better with medevacs healing. Anyway, the point is, get Ghosts and don't get this many Marines against Ultras, and try to keep your medevacs alive. Zergs, go ahead and kill them with Corruptors, and you'll be a much, much happier Zerg. So, that's it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.